Welcome to the Distorted Trumpet Show. My name's Phil.
I'm JJ, and we're going to be going through the world's most famous pedals to find out if they sound better on guitar
Or on trumpet.
All right.
Cool.
Should we open up the first pedal?
Let's, yes, please. I'm very excited about this.
Better be. You better be.
Better
Okay, reach into
be. The magic guitar
the
case.
guitar case of truth.
Drum roll, please.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's a Super Fuzz.
Okay, so you're familiar with this?
I am very
pedal,
familiar with this
right,
pedal.
Phil? Okay.
I'm familiar with this pedal because I have it on my own pedal board.
So there's a reason that I chose this pedal.
Yes.
Two reasons that I chose this pedal. So the first reason is it really harks back to the original guitar pedal.
Yes.
So the first pedal that was invented was, I think, the Univox Fuzz. This is actually a clone of a Boss pedal. I think it's the FZ2.
Right.
But it all harks back to that first ever guitar pedal.
Right. And Hendrix used to have one of these, didn't he?
He's
Hendrix had a fuzz and a wah. That was his thing,
That's
wasn't
all he had. That's all that was available at the time.
it? Hey, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for him.
Exactly. There's another reason I chose it,
Yeah.
and that's because I forget if it was last year, but this pedal was the best-selling pedal at Sweetwater, which is one of
Really?
the biggest guitar retailers in the world, certainly
wow.
in the US. So this is the Behringer Super Fuzz SF300. Like I said, it's just a clone. It's a cheap pedal. It's like $25,
Yeah,
something like that. Really, really cheap. And it gives a whole load of different sounds. What do you know about overdrive, distortion, and fuzz? What did you expect? What do you expect from this pedal?
So I expect something which is going to sound metal. So, like, as in something which is going to sound some combination of sort of Jimi Hendrix and James Hetfield ish. Basically, make the trumpet sound like an electric guitar.
Okay.
That's kind of, so background on me and pedals and mutes and all that sort of stuff. I've kind of been on a bit of a mission, a bit of an obsession for a number of years to try and come up with a setting with a configuration of pedals to make the trumpet sound like an electric guitar, but obviously played as a trumpet with the things. So
you can buy an electric guitar. Did you
I've
realise
read about this. I've read about this, yeah. But I thought I'd be like complicated and try and do it on a trumpet. So starting to do it on the fuzz seems like an appropriate place to start.
Okay. And do you know where fuzz originated from? How this first pedal and how this sound came about?
I have absolutely no clue whatsoever.
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of history. This is not a complete history. This is like the 1 minute history.
Go for it.
So in the olden days,
In the beginning,
there were amps, and the amps were played loud and clean. There were no pedals.
right?
Then there was a guy who was recording a song, and I've forgotten the song. Maybe we'll link it down below.
I'm sure we will.
Where the bass player had a problem with his amp, and it gave this very distorted or fuzzy, fuzzy tone to the speaker. And then it was kind of noted and forgotten about.
Right.
And then I think it was potentially the Kinks who heard about this sound. They tried to replicate it, and what they did was they went into the speaker and they actually cut the cone of the speaker. And it's the way that the speaker vibrates that gives it that distorted tone.
Right.
Now fuzz, as you've mentioned, you were expecting this kind of metal tone, this sort of very distorted tone.
When I say metal, I mean like heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
Yeah.
So there's
Country,
three kind of distinct areas of let's call them all distortion. They're in the distortion family.
Yeah.
So overdrive is what's called soft clipping. It takes the waveform of the sound and kind of shrinks it and moves it without changing the waveform itself.
Okay.
Distortion is heavy clipping, where it kind of pushes it so hard that it sort of chops, you know, if you imagine like a sine wave, it chops some of it off. So that's distortion, where it's getting really heavy. And that's more, for me, of more of a metal sound. Yeah. And then fuzz is the most extreme case of that, where it pushes it and shapes it and cuts the top off so much that it's almost like a square wave. So fuzz is the most extreme of the overdrive, distortion, and then you get to fuzz.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I like extreme things.
Should we plug it in and have a play?
Let's go for it.
All right.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so we'll start off with a bit of a run through on guitar. So we're just going to go just through the basic 3 modes of this pedal. So this is my clean tone. I'm playing through a very heavily customized Squier Strat. It's been customized with the Gilmore mod that allows me to turn all three pickups on at the same time. This is my clean tone. And let's try it with the pedal on. So you can see from the pedal there are 3 modes: fuzz 1, fuzz 2, and boost. Do you know the difference between these?
I don't. I haven't the faintest idea.
There we go. Well, we'll come on to that. So this is the fuzz 1 setting. It's quite a nasty fuzz.
Beautiful.
And here I've just got everything set on noon, 12 o'clock. This is the other one. Do you hear the difference between those two? Do you know
hear the difference.
Do you know what the difference is?
I don't. No, I don't. I can hear the difference.
So the difference is that the mode 2 of this pedal has the mids rolled off.
Okay.
And classically, rolling off the mids is kind of a metal distortion. So fuzz 1 is kind of a classic distortion, like you would expect to get with Hendrix, the Rolling Stones, the Kinks, that sort of early fuzz. Okay. And then mids rolled off is more what I would call a heavy metal sort of distortion. Yeah. And then finally, the third mode is a boost. And you can see that's quite an epic boost. It really pumps up the volume. You can really, I don't know if we'll be able to hear it on the video, but you can really, really hear it
louder,
in the room. It's a useful boost, but the last time I had it on my board, I was using it just as a boost, but I found that the boost, when I had other drives in there, it gave it a very fuzzy character. Right. So it's supposed to be a clean boost. I didn't actually find it a very clean boost, finally.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Shall we trumpetize it?
Let's trumpetize it. I like that word.
So, so what we're going to do, Phil's going to play through, I'm going to fiddle around, and we're going to try and see what it sounds. So give us your clean tone.
So this is ptrumpet high tech. So this is a plastic trumpet. So any trumpeters out there who are brass purists, you might want to switch off now, because the entire series is on this plastic trumpet. With that said, assuming that you're still here, this is the new model, which has got metal valves, and the sound is quite warm and most definitely not plasticky sounding. Plus it weighs about 1/10 of the brass one, so it's a lot easier to carry. So I'm playing on this at the minute. I've got a normal metal mouthpiece. This one is a Dennis Wick Heavy Top 3, which I've just used for years. And my mic this is the Yamaha Silent Brass Mute, which has got a condenser mic in it, which is through this little preamp and then eventually cabled into the pedal. So
so let's try it without the mic on. So just play it, because I think the good thing with this one is, in terms of the purpose for today, is that it's quite silent. so we're going to be able to hear pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So do you want to play it with it turned off, with it not connected? So then let's bring it in. Right, let's get some fuzz on. Are you ready? So I'm starting with everything at 12. Okay, so what I found there, I've found it, the treble control is quite good. It's got a lot of depth to it.
Right.
So I was just moving the treble up and down. Now I'm going to play with the gain. If you carry on playing, we're still on fuzz 1, so the classic fuzz. So let's turn that gain all the way down.
Phenomenal.
It sounds great, doesn't it? Okay, so let's try the second fuzz. So this is the one with the mids rolled off.
Yes.
Which for me, classically, like 90s heavy metal was mids rolled all the way down, chugga distortion. So that's why I think of it. I'm sure other people are going to have their own opinions, but that's my feeling on it. Let's try fuzz 2. Let's have your clean tone again. And fuzz. Yeah. Wow.
That sounds as an effect. Like you said, 90s. That kind of reminds me of like Van Halen type of, it's like sonically, you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Cue to JJ playing Eruption.
Yeah, later. Okay, let's put the gain all the way up. Wow. Let's go back to fuzz 1.
Wow.
It's really different character.
It's totally different.
So this is pretty much 12/12. What I found that I like to hear in the room is I've just given the treble. The trebles are like 1, 2 o'clock almost,
right,
and the gain's just below 12 o'clock. And for me, that's the nicest sound. What do you feel? But the difference between 1 and 2 is profound. So let's just play again. So this is 1, fuzz 1, and fuzz 2. Wow.
Nice.
Okay, so let's try the boost. And that's a So how would you use this pedal, do you think?
To be honest, I would use it sparingly, but I would use it like. So if I was playing this, I would probably have my delay pedal on as well.
Right.
I very much doubt I would play this just on its own.
Let's quickly add in some delay and some reverb then.
Yeah, reverb as well. That's a good point.
Check. So the sound that I get, I don't quite know how to express it. I don't know what the name of the instrument is, but I'm thinking of like a Middle Eastern sort of
one of them. The thing with the bulbous bit.
Exactly. I don't know what it's called.
No, I don't either.
My brain keeps going to bouzouki, but that's
somebody will tell us that in the comments.
Yeah, please put it in the comments what that is.
But whatever that thing is, I know what you mean. It's got like.
I mean, for me, that sort of, especially with the delay, it kind of that sort of Middle Eastern charm, that sort of like a like in Morocco or somewhere, some sort of little busy Medina in Morocco.
Yeah.
Guitar.
It's effects central, isn't it? It's like, you know what I mean?
It feels like you just got everything in there, right? I just feel like you could play with that sort of noise all day and be happy. Alright, so I think we've done everything about the Behringer Super Fuzz SF300.
Perfect.
So what do you think? Do you think it sounded better on the trumpet or the guitar? Who won the battle today?
Trumpet.
Guitar! Alright, perfect.
Beautiful.
See you next time.
Thanks a lot. See ya. Adios.
La la